Free FM.
This podcast is brought to you by MyRadiostore.com. Call 866-I-NEED-XM or visit MyRadiostore.com/923.
92.3 Free FM.
The Ron and Fez Show.
So I had my therapy session today.
Oh, my God, are we still talking about this?
But this is a weird thing that happened, besides her bringing up.
To me, the weirdest thing is that they let you out. I am totally shocked, and I lose $50 that you came back.
Well, when she was giving me her recommendation, saying that she can't treat me as a psychiatrist and then needed someone else, she's one of these slow talkers, and she's going, my recommendation is, and I was just waiting for alarms and sirens to go off and Nut Hut, the guys in the white coats to come in with the big net.
Yeah, so go ahead.
But then she was telling me, I just can't treat you. That ended up being a blessing. So, also, this woman would not shake my hand. It was very odd. She kind of came out and met me in the lobby, put her hands.
Maybe she doesn't want to catch crazies. I don't blame her. If I was working with nuts all day, I don't think I'd be shaking hands. You could catch some loony on there.
And then she just kind of ended the session. She wouldn't shake my hand when she met me. And then when she ended the session, she just sat there and went, okay. Didn't even say we were done. And again, wouldn't shake my hand.
Hey, guys, great news. I just got off the phone with Eric Logan. He took care of it. We're going to have a limo for tomorrow night. He said he was glad to do it, and he said you guys should be treated like the stars that you are.
Well, it's very kind of him. I wouldn't call us stars, but it was very, very kind of him.
I would.
Thank you very much, David. But that is very nice. Does he realize this is not an XM gig? It's just, we're heading on over to see all of our friends and hang out.
At F.H. Riley's in Huntington Village, Long Island?
Again, he's like nothing but the best for you guys. He goes, every time you guys go out, guys should be treated. It's like you guys are stars. I'm going to treat you like stars.
Totally agree.
Wow, that's very, very nice.
I mean, we're talking about Mr. Bankton and Mr. Watley.
Thank you, Johnny Drama. I'm very, very excited to hear that.
Talking about New York radio.
All right, here's the thing, though. Again, check back with Opie about the hotel to really rest up before you go all the way from Manhattan all the way out to Long Island. It really does seem to me like we need a week off for that. It seems far. You're very, very excited right now with your Yankees and your Mets. You like the Yankees. Your chick is with the Mets.
She loves the Mets, and what can you say? 3-0, just went into St. Louis and spanked the world champion Cardinals.
Yeah.
David Wright, everyone's all over the place. Beltran, 2 home runs last night.
By the way, Case came up with a good idea. Get the car for Saturday, not for tomorrow, Earl. Since the gig is Saturday.
Yes, I'm a day ahead. I think it was Friday.
Yeah. Well, you need to remember your plug-in here at all times. Hey, there's me, and I can't believe it. Little Shell. Instead of being in here, Shell, I'm glad that you're watching along. It's so nuts the way people are. And your mom actually canceled your Easter party.
Yeah.
So she could go to the Yankees game.
Yeah, we spend every Easter together on Sunday and tried to get me to go to. They even had a name for it. They called it Easter Saturday, as if that's going to all of a sudden.
That's a lie of a name.
Confuse us and it's Easter Saturday.
Who's all going to the Yankees game on Sunday?
Just my mom and my dad, and the rest of us brothers were supposed to go to our house on Saturday for our every year egg hunt. Even though we're people in our early 30s.
That is embarrassing.
We still have to do that. And my mom even likes it if we do it in our pajamas, too. She wants us to do it in the morning and doesn't let us shower. It's really sick.
She's decided to raise her kids retarded because that is really stupid for middle-aged people.
Right. So they're really hardcore Yankee fans. Or so you would think, because they went to the opening day on Tuesday, and I asked them, how was the game and everything? And they're like, it was great. They won 9-5. And I said, that sounded great. What time did you get home? We got home early because we left in the 6th inning. It's the 6th inning. It's opening day. If there's one game outside of Game 7 of the World Series you stayed for, it's a day game too. And when they left in the 6th inning. It was 5-5.
Oh God!
it was a tie game.
But made great time going home. Of course you did.
She goes,
of course you made great time going home.
Mr. B, she goes, oh, it was so exciting when Jorge Posada hit that home run in the 7th. I go, you heard it on the radio in your car. You had tickets there. You could have been watching it in person. So I can't understand.
Here's a little question for you. What do you think is worse? Is it actually leaving the game early or leaving a concert early and missing the encore? 866-313-FREE, 866-313-FREE. What people bug you more, Earl?
Anyone who leaves a game early.
Yeah.
Because, especially with baseball, you never know where a game's going to turn.
But this is what bugs me, and I agree with you 100%. Even if the score is 12-1, I already paid for the tickets. I came to the game, I'm staying. But when you leave a concert early, there are tons of people who have never seen the song Jumpin' Jack Flash done live because, normally a band is going to use the big hit as the encore. When you do not stay for the encore, and tons of people do it because they want to get home early, they end up missing that.
Well, that I totally don't understand because a rock concert's a special thing where you pay for months in advance.
Right.
And you're like, you plan the whole day out of it. You do everything. You get your booze and your sub and everything.
And then normally, too, let's say this, for a concert, you don't know, on that encore, Lou Reed could come out. You have no idea. Yeah. There's always that, hey, we have a special guest.
Right.
Jim Morrison is back from the dead. That's when he's going to walk out.
That happened to me at the U2 show at the Garden. We were getting ready to leave early, and then we went, no, let's stick around. And who comes out and they do Instant Karma? Patti Smith. It was an unbelievable moment.
And that's what happens all the time. Why were you going to leave early, Earl? You don't even have a car.
No, but because...
You wanted to get an early walk out of there?
No, because a lot of the stadium shows, unfortunately, they're so choreographed with all the effects and everything, you can almost telegraph how the show's going to end and what effects they're going to use.
But you are not going to see the big show, the big encore. Brian, you're on Run Fez.
Yeah, how's it going, guys?
Yeah.
It's got to be leaving the game early.
It drives me batty, those people.
You can always go to the bootleg on the concert.
Yeah.
Get a copy of the concert. It's never the same watching the game over again.
And you never know what game you are leaving. If you're a fan, if you're a guy who doesn't care, say that. But don't be like Dave's parents and have tickets to how many games they got over the season.
25.
And they leave
30.
They leave 25 games early.
Yep, absolutely. 100% of the time they're leaving early to avoid some traffic that doesn't actually exist.
Yeah, the 6 inning.
Well, there is traffic.
It's not that bad though. They have season parking, and their season parking gets them right out to the GW. They're there in 5 minutes.
Here is Mike. Mike, you're on the Fez.
What's going on, guys?
Yeah.
Listen, what was it? 6 years ago, David Cohn pitched a perfect game for the Yankees. Remember that game?
Yeah.
I had just moved to New York. I went with my buddy Dave. 7th inning comes around. My buddy Dave says, we got to get out of here. This place is going to fall apart if he pitches a perfect game. I, like an idiot, decide to leave with him. I hear the crowd going nuts over the radio. I left the perfect game early.
Now, were you guys afraid that they would riot if there was a perfect game?
I didn't know. I had just moved to New York. I figured this is my buddy. He's lived there his whole life. He knows what he's talking about.
It's just insane.
So the stadium's going to fall down on top of us. We got to get out of here.
To me, you live your life now like Barabbas. You live with a certain shame, and there's a certain scar on you that you will never get rid of.
Well, he could have been a part of history, but no, he walked away.
My parents left David Wells' perfect game, and I'm watching it on TV. I hear they call me as soon as he gets the last out, and I'm like, it sounds pretty quiet in there. Well, we're calling you from the car. What? This is a perfect game.
If you would have told me, can I tell you something? When you came in to be our producer, if you would have told me this story, you wouldn't have got hired. Because I would think that you came from bad genes. I would go, this guy cannot be trusted. He's not a closer. Sandy, you're on Run Fez.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, Sandy.
Hi. I would have to say a game. I was at the Monday night comeback game for the Jets with Miami, and people were leaving because it was disaster. Well, naturally, you know what happened. The Jets came back, and everyone was out in the parking lot trying to scurry back in to get back, into their seats.
Yeah, I say don't let them back in.
No.
I say they never get back in when that happens. Hey, John. John, you're on Run Fez. Go ahead, John. You're on the Run Fez show.
Yeah, guys. First of all, love your show.
Thanks, buddy.
it's just amazing that the people that leave and bitch about the traffic aren't really true fans. It's always about the traffic.
Do you ever notice that the people with the best seats to leave the earliest?
Absolutely.
It's always, you see those people like, we need to get out of there. And you can see what wasted seats they are.
It's really, especially in basketball, too. The seats are always almost gone.
That's true. And the basketball games, and so they end up playing to empty seats all the time now.
You're sitting right a row behind like Michael Jordan and Phil Jackson during the Chicago era, and yet if they were blowing a team out, people are gone. What's wrong with you?
And what do those tickets cost down there? $300, $400 a piece?
Minimum.
And you're thinking, yeah, let's get out of here. You paid for something, and then you want to leave early. Billy, you're on FEZ.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, a few years back when Michael Strahan was one sack away from breaking the all-time sack record, I went to a game. I'm a Jets fan, but I went with some major Giants fans to the game, and I think it was like 2 minutes left in the game, and they decided to leave. Wasn't going to happen today. We're walking across the parking lot. We hear the stadium erupt in applause and cheers, and he broke the all-time sack record as we got to our car.
Well, at least you and your buddy got out of there early enough to have a little private time to make out. 866-313-FREE, 866-313-FREE. I don't understand people. If you're eating pizza, you're going to say, I'm not going to eat the crust so I can leave here early. You're going to eat what you pay for. Why aren't you doing that with your game tickets? And why do you... No, you're different. Even though your parents, both of them, they leave early.
Yeah, I stay. I've been to games where it was 15-3 Rangers beat the Yankees one time.
Yeah.
You have to drag me out of my seat. I stay there beyond the last pitch. I hear the Sinatra New York, New York song about 7 times before I finally leave.
You want to be one of those people that go, come on, buddy, get out. Come on, buddy, get out of here because I can't put up with you anymore. We are turning off the lights. Let's see, Rich. Rich, you're on the run. Whoops. Let me try again. Hey, Rich, you're on the Run FEZ show. Yeah.
I go to a lot of Met games, and I get the crappiest seats up top, and then I walk down to the field level gate where I got the security guy, and I wait for people to come out, and I go, are you leaving? And if they say yes, I go, can I have your stuff? And then all of a sudden I'm sitting behind the third base line right over the dugout.
There you go. That's the guys that should be down front, too.
Yeah. And I love, like, rain delays when people can't take that and they have to go home early. Boom. I'm sitting right behind the dugout.
Sure.
Because
if you can get away with it. Yeah. Sometimes they act like, oh, you can't sit down here. Why not? Who else is here? Well, we don't know. The Coca-Cola people may be back. Oh, God. It drives me nuts. Here is Dan. Dan, you're on FEZ.
Hey, guys. I love the show. First time caller. Listen, a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about how the corporate seats are the people that are taking over the stadium. And you were just mentioning, they're the people that are leaving early. You know, they're placing the casual fan out of the sport.
It is true. It's the corporate people, because I don't see any way true fans of a team. Now, I see the Yankee fans leaving early. I wouldn't imagine Mets fans are going to go home as early, because the Mets fans are more of a true sports fans. They're not just bandwagon jumpers. And I'm not saying that you yourself are not a true sports fan. And I'm not even accusing you of that. But you got people on your bandwagon.
I agree.
You got big corporate people on the Yankee bandwagon, and you got people who aren't New Yorkers on the bandwagon. They just want to be part of history.
But can I say this? I think a lot of Mets fans, or the Mets, are getting a lot of bandwagon fans now.
Let me go over to Pitsy. When you are... last year when they both in the playoffs, you saw two different things. First of all, when you're watching the Mets fans, you're watching the Yankees fans. The Yankees fans, especially during the playoffs, basically it looked like Wall Street. It looked like Tony Robbins could come out to sing.
Right.
If you watch the Mets fans, it looked like Mario Alonso was going to come out and sing. And seriously, it looked like it was ridiculous over there. Who's the real fans?
Oh, the Mets fans are, no doubt about it.
You think it's as bad with people leaving early with the Mets as it is the Yankees?
Not at all. When we stay in the parking lot, we bring enough food for after the game so that we can hang out. You know, so if we want to leave later, we just let the traffic go. And the parking lots are packed after the games. People are there all night. People don't leave.
What are you going to do now that the parking lot in how many spots did they get away?
The Mets lost 2,200 spots.
All right. And before it was already packed up.
Yeah, exactly. It was already a bitch to park.
So what are you going to do now?
I don't know. Well, we have our first game Saturday the 14th, so we're going to leave maybe 7:38 in the morning to get there. And I know there's going to be people there already, so we're going to be screwed.
It'll be great though if you get there early. You and your friends can sit and make rude noises to the women as they walk by.
That's a Mets fan.
Now you, on the other hand, when you go to the Yankees, it'll be easy because you have those tents outside where you can all get together and everybody leaves a little tchotchke bag.
Hey, we do things with class, even our tchotchke bags.
See, I never realized, how could you tailgate at Yankee Stadium? There's all different parking lots, and there's that one big parking structure, too.
You don't tailgate in the parking lots. You go to one of the clubs, the stands, bars, all those bars on the periphery. See, Yankee fans, we like to actually get our booze from a bartender.
Well,
like,
you are
civilized.
somewhere, though. You're someplace. When you're out at Shea, you're a long way from anywhere.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we're not going to Roosevelt Avenue to go drink beers.
We actually have civilized establishments as Yankee fans.
I grew up near Shea Stadium along the highway.
Yeah, your dad was a vendor, right?
No. People used to They used to tailgate under the underpass.
Right.
They still do.
They still do, like off by the marina. I remember just driving by. I was like, that looked so incredibly tacky to me. It looked so
And you
low.
lived there.
And I lived there. Yeah.
Man, look how bad this neighborhood is. Home. Here is here's Eric. Eric, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Thomas Morris, 12607, checking in.
What can we do for you, buddy?
What's up, buddy? I think it's worse to leave a concert. I remember 4 years ago, I saw Pearl Jam at the Garden. Place was rocking, and you see like these people in like maybe early 40s just leaving.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that have pulled that off.
That's like leaving a movie early. You know, it's a show. It's set up a certain way. Why leave before the ending?
Are you a guy who stays and watches credits?
Oh yeah.
You want to read them all?
Yep, I basically stay until all of a sudden the rating screen comes back up.
Now, I would leave a Pearl Jam show if Pearl Jam started playing.
Okay,
that would be enough.
Really,
that's
unnecessary.
enough.
Seriously, that would be enough to drive me out.
Mr. B, they're a great band. They're a great band. I don't know why you the hate for the Pearl Jam.
When I saw Eddie, he played with the lights on for 45 minutes because he didn't want to leave. The concert was almost 4 hours long.
You believe in that? Do you believe in that he didn't signal, now it's time to turn on the lights gimmick? Come on, man.
I like theater of the mind. You know?
Yes. Well, you know what? There's one board every minute, my friend. That's all part of the show. Here's Jerry. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, hello.
Yeah.
Hey, I love when people leave the game early. I get to upgrade my seats for free.
Remember when your old man would do that to you when you were a kid? Come on, we're moving on. And you'd be like so nervous. You're like, just act like we belong here. I don't know, Dad. I don't have your abilities. I don't have ice water flowing through my veins.
Not to mention embarrassed.
Yeah.
You're like, Dad, these people know we haven't been sitting here all game. And we're going to be all of a sudden sitting next to, very upper class people behind the dugout, and we're wearing ratty flip-flops and stuff. It's very, very shameful.
Again, that's what everybody looks like unless you're at a Yankees game. No one expects you that you have to fight your way past Regis and Billy Joel. No one feels underdressed normally at a sporting event.
Don't forget Billy Crystal. Mr. Crystal attends a lot of games.
Well, both though, right? He'll also throw in the Mets hat. Remember City Slickers?
That's true. Well, City Slickers, but I think he claims to be a Yankees guy.
If you're a Yankees fan, would you go and put on a Mets thing in a movie? When you wrote the movie, nobody made him put on that hat.
That's true. Well, he's a little phony. I've always hated that guy anyway, because when the Clippers made the playoffs in the early 90s, he's like, I'm a Clippers fan all of a sudden. It's fun to be
What
different.
is that impression? That's a terrible impression. Was that Billy
Crystal.
That's Billy Crystal.
Yeah.
All right, let me hear it again.
I'm a Clippers fan all of a sudden. It's cool to be different. Because
Is
he
this
was
Billy Crystal from the 1930s? Let me tell you something. See? Here's Lou. Lou, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, buddy, what's up?
Hey, I'm a diehard Red Sox fan. About 5 years ago, I'm dating a diehard Yankees fan. So we go up.
Hold on, you're a what? You're a diehard what?
Red Sox fan.
866-313-free. 866-313-free. Hey, Mike. Mike, look how all the boys like me now. Now, all of a sudden, I'm everybody's pal. Thanks for the easy one, bud. Hey, Mike, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, how's it going? I know we're talking about leaving the game early, but how about leaving the game in the middle? This year at the Super Bowl, we're all sitting around. Everyone's waiting for the game to start. My son gets up right at the opening kickoff and says, "You know what? I'm going to hit the head before before the game actually gets started.
Right.
This is the opening kickoff, and it's a touchdown. I was laughing hysterically the whole freaking time. It was just amazing.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Sit down, watch the game. We didn't play those games of you're getting up and down and my family. You're locked in. You're staying.
Oh, I never go to the bathroom.
Ever?
No, not when I'm there. All 9 innings. If it goes,
Do you, Fez? If someone gets up and leaves and then comes back and goes, "Oh, I went to get a beer or a hot dog. What did I miss?" None of your business.
Yeah, I'm not.
You know
going
what? You missed. You know what you missed? You missed the game.
Right.
You idiot.
Or the even more irritating when someone's keeping score. Like my dad sometimes keeps score and then says, "Hey, Dave, can you keep score for me? I gotta go get some ice cream because he loves the astronaut." Space ice cream at Yankee Stadium.
Ew.
No,
my dad, they serve that NASA ice
when
cream.
your
up
dad
there.
goes gets up to go eat ice cream, how you know he's ever coming back? The guy's now trying to. Your mom and I had made great time getting home. We got home before the second inning was over.
Does your dad bring a mitt too, Dave?
No, I do. I still do.
You ever come close to a foul ball?
Oh yeah, I've come very, very close. I haven't gotten my hands on one.
Yeah,
I came real close when we had seats a few rows back in right field. Dave Winfield threw my brother a ball and he caught it, so that was very exciting.
The only foul balls I ever got was spring training, and everybody gets them. I mean, literally, you could sit there, go home with 3 or 4 balls.
Guys are just fouling the ball off on purpose at that point.
Well, there's only a couple thousand people, 4,000 or 5,000 people watching. Mm-hmm. If you don't get a foul ball, it's because you're lazy. Hey, Mark, you're on Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Mets fans are by far the best fans. I'm 14, 15 years old. I'm leaving Shea Stadium, getting on the 7. And there's a gentleman and a lady, and they're both together on top of a hood of a car doing whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
I take a peek over, and one of my buddies says something. The guy's like, "Hey, hell of a game, guys."
Here's the thing, though. Mets fans, you don't necessarily want to see having sex. Right back, Ron and Fez show.
Want more Ron and Fez than you can throw a cowbell at? Call MyRadiostore.com at 866-I-NEED-XM or visit MyRadiostore.com and hear brand new Ron and Fez every day, live and uncensored on XM Satellite Radio. That's 866-I-NEED-XM or MyRadiostore.com/Ron Fez.
Check Ron and Fez, weeknights 6 to 9 p.m. on Free FM.